Most lead magnets fail. They're basically too generic, and they offer surface-level tips instead of genuinely solving an audience-specific problem. But what if you could create a personalized lead magnet that is so tailored to your audience and their needs that they feel like it was made just for them? And the secret to this isn't just better copy. It's knowing exactly how to use AI in a completely new way. Personally, I've used this strategy to help businesses generate highly targeted lead magnets. Lead magnets that feel personal while still being automated. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do the same. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll have this step-by-step system that creates personalized lead magnets with AI that are able to, let's say, speak directly to your audience pain points. And you can do this without spending hours or even hiring an expensive copywriter. The first thing I'm going to do is explain to you why most lead magnets simply fail or simply fall flat, and the key mistake that almost everyone creating these lead magnets makes. Then I'll walk you through the exact process of using AI to generate highly personalized lead magnets, and I'll do this together with you in real time. And then finally, I'll reveal this powerful tweak that ensures that your lead magnet feels as authentic as it can get. And most importantly, it gets people to take action. So not just downloading it and forgetting all about it, because obviously that's the worst thing that can happen. So let's start with why most lead magnets fail. And this is the real problem. Most lead magnets are simply too broad and they focus on the wrong problems. Think generic ebooks, think checklists that don't feel personal at all. So the result is that they just get ignored. People engage with content that feels personally relevant and that solves a specific pain point. So unless you have a lead magnet that does that, chances are that it will get lost on, let's call it, the digital shelf, only to just be left there or just to be deleted. Which means that you need to have a step-by-step process that can create these personalized lead magnets that uses AI to do the job. Because you don't want to spend hours writing content, do you? You want to create lead magnets that are individual and that are specifically created based on the key pain points that your audience is going through. And this is in fact the first step to creating these lead magnets. So you need to identify these, let's say, 3 to 5 key points that your audience is going through. And even to do this, you can use AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude. So if we shift right here, before the video, I gave ChatGPT these 2 prompts. So I said, I work with dentists that want to get more clients and that find that they are not getting enough clients, essentially. What are the main pain points that these dentists will have? And ChatGPT came back with this: inconsistent patient flow, low visibility online, ineffective marketing strategies, poor reputation management, unclear differentiation, lack of a referral system, retention challenges, underutilized technology, pricing sensitivity, and time constraints. So then I said, give me 5 questions that I can ask this dentist that cater to the above problem. So what I'm doing is coming up with the lead magnet questions that I will ask this dentist. Because when AI or I can understand the problem, then I can create lead magnets that solve those specific problems. And the answer was, here are 5 powerful questions you can ask dentists to uncover their pain points and position your solutions effectively. So what strategies are you currently using to attract new patients? And how consistent has your monthly patient flow been? When potential patients search for a dentist in your area, do you feel your practice stands out? How do you currently manage online reviews and testimonials? What methods do you use to keep existing patients engaged? And what would you say makes your dental practice unique? So while they are specific to dentists, they can very well be adapted to other industries as well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use AI to generate segmented content variations, let's call it that, based on these specific pain points. So let's go ahead and build that out. So we know we have these 5 questions. So what I'm going to do, just for variety, I'm going to use Claude this time. And I'm going to say, I want to build a quiz that will serve as input, where I will ask questions to dentists and they will be able to give me answers based on which I will build a lead magnet. These 5 questions will go on my WordPress website, and the dentist should be able to answer one question and then hit next to go to the next question. At the end of the last question, which is the 5th one, they will need to enter their name and email along with a submit button so that they will get redirected to another page on my site. The submit button should send the data to the following make.com webhook, and then it should redirect them to this new page. So there's that. And what I need to do is in make.com, I'm going to create a new webhook. So if you haven't used it before, make.com is my favorite no-code content creation or no-code creation platform that allows you to create applications and automations without using any code. So you're just dragging and dropping stuff all over your scenario. And here I'm going to use a webhook. So it will be listening to any inputs that are coming in from this form. So as you can see, this created the form. There are 6 questions, which I think is an error. And I'm going to adjust this slightly. So I'm going to say, first of all, these should be the questions. So these questions, this webhook, and I'm going to paste that in. And let's say after they finish this quiz, redirect page should be, in my example, let's put the home page of my website. So let's refresh that. And Claude will update the code for this. Also, I'm noticing something that this might not potentially work on WordPress. So let me just ensure that this will be pasted on WordPress. So ensure the code will work there. So that's it, okay? And as you can see, all I'm doing is just giving Claude slight instructions, slightly different instructions to get it to output what I want. So here it's saying I need to modify the code without React specific dependencies and make it compatible with WordPress environment. Okay. And the next step will now be to simply copy and paste this code into WordPress. So this is still creating the code. And that should be done. So let's just grab this code and let's see what we get. So copy. I'm going to go here and let's add a new page. And let's type in /HTML and just paste that code. And let's call this dentist quiz. Let's publish this. And let's see what we get. So here I have the dentist quiz. I'm going to run this webhook here so that it's listening for data. And we have the question. So what strategies are you currently using? Using word of mouth. When potential patients search for dentist in your area, do you feel your practice stands out? No, it doesn't stand out. How do you currently manage online reviews and testimonials? I don't manage them. What methods do you use to keep existing patients engaged? I don't know. I send them Christmas postcards. What would you say makes your dental practice unique? I don't really know. And then question 6 of 6. So enter your name and let's say enter your email. Submit. So here, this got redirected correctly. And here I got the information right here. So all the data has successfully been passed from my website into make.com. So now what I can do is grab this information and create a lead magnet with it. So I'm going to create a completion here using OpenAI. I'm going to choose the model, and that's the wrong model. And I'm going to say, I asked a dentist these questions and he gave me these answers. Create a lead magnet for this dentist. Obviously not the best prompt ever, but it will give you an idea of the power of this. So I also have dentist name, and then we'll use the email after. What I'm going to do is just copy the questions and pass them along into make.com. So I have question 5, Q4, methods. Let's do this. Q1, Q2, and Q3. So Q3 should be this. Q2. And Q1. Let's double check this is correct. So we have question 1 should be what strategies. Question 2, what potential, good. How do you currently? What methods do you keep? And what would you say makes perfect? Hit OK. And then the only thing that would be left would be to email this to my dentist. So we can send an email in Gmail. So all I need to do is choose my email. I'm going to choose to the email that the dentist provided. Here I'm going to say the subject is your free guide. And I can say, hey, dentist name, here's your information. Thanks. And then you can say, let me know how I can help you better. And there are a few things I need to do before sending this. So first of all, I'm going to add a call to action in my ChatGPT prompt. And then I'm going to save the information into a Google document. So it will be easier to send to the dentist. And it can also be a PDF now thinking about it. So let's do that. So first of all, I'm going to hit OK here. And I need to add a couple of things. First of all, here. So I'm going to say at the end of the output, insert a call to action for the dentist to give me a call on, and I'm going to invent a number. So that's the first thing. I also want a few rules, like rules. Get straight to the point. The first characters in your output should be, hey, name. Thanks for filling out the questions about, and with the call to action. I think that should be good. Here I'm going to add a module, which is a Google Docs. So first I'm going to create a document. The name will be, let's say, information for name. And the content will be, actually I need to add one more thing here. So first of all, let's remove the tokens so it can use as many tokens as needed. And here I'm going to add another rule, output in markdown format. So this will be easier when we have different headers with different subheadings. Hit OK. Now I'm going to add a new module here, which is the markdown to HTML. So get the right formatting. Then I'm going to create a Google document with the content from the markdown to HTML. So let's just use the location here. And if I refresh this, it should be able to access that right there, which it did. And then I'm going to add another module, which is Google Docs, download a document. It will be the document ID from the previous one, so it's the same document. I'm going to download it in PDF. And now I can add an attachment, which is this Google Doc download a document. Here's your information attached. Hit OK. And let's see if there's any errors here. I don't think there are. I can auto align, I can save, and I can hit run once. So now if I go back to my quiz, let's fill this in. So what strategies are you using to attract new patients? Word of mouth. Do you feel your practice stands out? I don't think I stand out online. I don't manage online reviews and testimonials. I send clients a Christmas card. I don't really know whether that happens or not. Okay, so enter your name, enter your email, and let's hit submit. And let's see what happens. So let's go back here. So this got the information that I sent it. This created the report. This created the HTML. This created the document. This downloaded the document as a PDF. And this sent an email. So now, if I were to go to my email inbox, I should have an email that contains my report. So, hey Kevin, here's your information attached. Let me know how I can help you better. So, a few problems here. As you can see, we get the code that isn't what we want. So we can solve that easily. Apart from that, we get the call to action at the end. Okay, so let's make this a bit better. So let's go back here. Let's output, or let's adjust the prompt a little bit. And we're going to say the first characters in your output should be a title for the document you're outputting, h1, using hash, and then a hey name things in the next line. So there's that. Here I'm going to add HTML and /HTML to ensure that the formatting is good. I'm going to save, and let's run this one more time. And a quick hack, actually, instead of me running this again, would be to use something like postman.com. So as you're building your make.com scenarios, it would be easier to just resend the data without having to retype it once again. So a tool like Postman will allow you to do this. So all you need to do is go to Postman, sign up for an account, and then if you go to a new request here and you choose raw JSON body, you can do the following. So you need to copy the address to that webhook, and you also need to copy the information that that webhook had just received. So if I go here, I can look at the download output bundles, copy that. And now if I go back to my diagram and hit run once and go back to Postman, paste that in and hit send, that will send the information as if someone had already or had again filled in my survey. So that's a handy way of doing it. So now I should have another email that is hopefully better. So let's have a look here. Attract more patients and grow your dental practice. Hey Kevin, thanks for filling out the questions. Stand out and attract patients online. So there's the problem and there's the solution. There's the problem, there's the solution. Sending a Christmas card is great, but patients need all year round reminders. And then I have the call to action at the end. So obviously you can make this better. You can go into more detail on each point, but you get the idea of what you can create using this type of make.com automation system. So The next thing I would suggest is using storytelling and, let's say, conversation elements. Making that better is relatively easy once you have the foundation created. So if you can insert elements from your background, elements that are storytelling or revolve around stories in nature, that will make the lead magnet more useful. You can also create templates that you can reuse over and over again, which means that the content you create will be also more visually appealing rather than something like the one that I created right here. I mean, it's not bad, but there are things you can do to make it stand out more. So that is why or how I would use templates to make it better. Now, let's speak about emotions and why this is important when creating a personalized lead magnet. Most people miss this fact. Personalization is more than just using someone's first name, right? It's about addressing their unique challenges. When you use phrases that are specific to their industry, you show that you are empathetic. So it reflects empathy and an understanding of your audience problems. So if you use language like, I don't know, if you're struggling with and mention what the specific pain point is, you're not alone. So you should always be framing the content as a conversation and not a lecture. And if you can do that, plus combine all the stuff that I mentioned about creating personalized lead magnets, I think you're creating something that's valuable for your audience and that doesn't take much time for you to create. So when you follow this framework, you will be able to create personalized lead magnets using AI. But the real magic happens when you combine this strategy with an automated email follow-up that continues the conversation. So if you can take this information and then use those pain points to send further emails, I think that is when you will win, because you're addressing each pain point in more detail and you're hitting your audience from all the different angles, which ultimately means that your leads become your clients. So don't miss doing that. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. And in the meantime, check out the link in the description for more information on how I can help you with AI and automation in your business. I'll speak to you soon.